Hey guys, today I'm going to be ranking all 10 DCEU movies, including Justice League the Snyder Cut. As I said before, actually, I don't think you guys actually heard it because my previous two, Justice League Snyder Cut reviews did not make it through, for reasons that I'm not sure about. But I'm gonna count this as its own movie in rankings and stuff. Okay, so let me give you a little background on the DCU movies. I saw Wonder Woman. I saw Man of Steel first, then I saw Wonder Woman. So, I only saw two, then I decided to watch Justice League. So, I kind of watched them in, reverse order. And believe it or not, I think I saw Batman vs. Superman after I saw Wonder Woman 1984. And so I didn't watch them in, the right order, but Man of Steel I just rewatched the other day, because I haven't seen that movie in, 4 or 5 years, and I don't remember, actually, no, even more than that. That movie came out in 2013. Probably haven't seen it in, 6 years. Wow. And I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I rewatched it. Same with Justice League, I rewatched that one too. The rest of them are good enough in my head. I rewatched Shazam as well. All the other movies I've either seen enough times that I remember, or I've seen them recently enough that I remember. Okay, so now let's start. In last place, number 10 is going to be the 2017 Justice League. This movie's not as, I think, this movie is worse than what I gave it when I reviewed it, but better than I thought when I watched it, 3 years ago. After seeing Zack Snyder's original vision, it's just, they made this movie too corny, bad jokes, and Steppenwolf was so stupid. Come on, Joss Whedon. Why did you have to take this down? I mean, I know he's just doing a job, but I feel like he could have done, a better job. He didn't have to make it that corny. I did think it was cool to see all these characters together, but it wasn't nearly as cool as it could have been. And the final battle was very underwhelming. I mean, I guess the whole movie could be considered underwhelming, but it's just too short and not epic enough. Which, if you're making a giant team superhero movie, it has to be epic. Then there's a Suicide Squad. Just like the Justice League, this is corny. And I also found this one very entertaining. Will Smith and Margot Robbie save this, well, they try to save this movie, and they do a very good job. I actually like Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. I think does a good job in that role, but I think Will Smith and Margot Robbie do save this movie. He's a bad villain, almost like a terrible villain with Enchantress and her brother. I'm not even gonna try to guess what it is, because it's gonna be sorry, drop something. Oh my gosh, camera slid. I'm sorry. I used to have this set up against a monitor, it gets synced up with the computer, but the monitor was moved, and now I'm sliding this up against something that is less stable. So now if I make a movement, it'll slide. Sorry. Yeah, it does have a very interesting premises. I will give this movie that. It has a very interesting premises, and it's entertaining, but it's not written very good. What else should include? My gosh, come on, Jared Leto as the Joker. Have him in there more, and have him be less strange. I don't know. The Joker is supposed to be strange, but he wasn't good. I don't know. It was just a very strange performance, and it wasn't cool strange like Heath Ledger's. It was just gross, annoying strange. Come on. I know the Joker's supposed to be this wild, crazy guy, but this just isn't right. Then Wonder Woman 1984. I like this movie. I think it's got a strange plot. I'll admit that, and the fight scenes are meh, they're okay, but it's a very entertaining movie nonetheless. It has a confusing premises, However, I do like the chaos that goes on in it. This is one of my favorite parts in this movie. Kristen Wiig is fantastic as Cheetah, and I'm mad that she went on and did that movie Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm like, come on, you go off this where you have a fantastic performance. You almost like, I don't want to say save your career because she's a very good comedic actress. But I mean, like, come on, why? This was just like, I'm like, how did she do this? She went from like comedians, like I believed her in this role that she could do something like this. Then she goes out and does another corny, probably bad comedy. I haven't seen it yet though. Pedro Pascal, who's the Mandalorian, which I can't even believe that he's the Mandalorian. Very good as Maxwell Lord in this. He had like his motivations were understandable. Same with um Barbara Minerva as the cheetah. Sorry, I just checked back there. I actually have a Funko Pop of Barbara Minerva because I really liked the style they gave her. It was very 80s, and she looked more intimidating. I did not like the cheetah look, I will admit. It did look kind of gross. But Kristen Wiig, good job. Shazam in 7th place. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I should say the numbers since I don't have graphics thing. Sorry, in 10th place was the Justice League, in 9th place was Suicide Squad, 8th was Wonder Woman 1984, and 7th place is Shazam. I'm sad that I have to have this movie this high, this low. Because it's just a super fun movie, and when I first saw this, I'm like, it's so overrated, it's so tonally bad. I didn't like the character of Shazam. I mean, he was kind of a jerk, the kid. And while watching a review, I noticed this criticism, not really a review, it was a video about the movie. Felt like Zachary Levi was playing an average teenager, not the kind of dark Billy Batson. Still, the ending was amazing. It fit the movie. In this theme park, it was very fun to watch. The movie was funny. It was a very funny movie, but it was totally off. You get Zachary Levi, who was great in this, cracking jokes, and then you get demons biting heads off and throwing people out windows, and oh my gosh, like, whoa, this is PG-13. Like, I was watching this with my grandma, I believe, in the theater, and I was like, whoa, like, from the trailers, I thought I could have brought, like, if I were a parent, I could have brought my, like, 5-year-old child in this. No, not after that scene. That just got dark. I did like the moral though. The moral about family being very powerful. That I did like that. Batman vs Superman. I have mixed feelings on this. Some of it is just awesome. Everything they're able to do with this. On the other hand, it's super complicated. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor is just weird. The movie has good action, and I like the conflict with morals, and Superman and Batman, and, people think that Superman should be contained because it's from another world. Like, humans will always be afraid of what they don't understand. That's also kind of the conflict that's in here. Batman's also not being very good either, so it's got good conflict, but it's so complicated. It goes on, it's confusing, especially with Batman's premonitions. I feel like there's so much jam-packed in here, and the premonitions don't really come true in the next movie. You have to wait literally 5 years until the Snyder Cut to actually see what the premonitions actually are, kind of. Yeah, that was in 6th place. In 5th place, I guess I'm doing the numbers. In 5th place is Birds of Prey, or the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. I'm just gonna call it Birds of Prey. It was so entertaining. Margot Robbie was fantastic in it. She's just fun. At times, I'll admit the storytelling was annoying. There was this one part where she got hit in the head, and now she's hallucinating this whole diamond scene. It's like a singing part, and I'm like, that's just weird. I don't like that. Amazing fights. Wow, I think these were the guys that did the John Wick fight scenes. Fantastic fights. I'm just wowed at what they were able to do. I mean, Margot Robbie did some of this. The ending with that funhouse scene, one of the best scenes in maybe all of DCEU. I really like that ending. All the fight scenes are good, but the storytelling a little bit annoying. Yeah. Aquaman is in number 4 is Aquaman. This movie is awesome. If I had to go down and in my ranking and give a one letter a one letter comment on each movie, this would just be awesome. Just like the scenes in the ocean, just corny, but corny in a good way, not corny in a bad way, like the Justice League was. This was corny in an awesome way. Jason Momoa was great as Aquaman. He was believable. He was intimidating. King Orm was bad. King Orm was, I know some people say it's a great villain. I didn't think he was a good villain. I thought he was a boring villain. Felt like a Loki ripoff, but not as good as an actor. Or I don't think he did that bad of acting. Maybe just dialogue he was given by Tom Hiddleston. It's very good dialogue as Loki, and he's very convincing as that type of character. Black Manta was a fantastic villain. He looks cool. I grew up when I was very young, my dad used to have these DVDs of like the Justice League cartoons from like way back, like before the Batman animated series came out. It had like Legion of Doom stuff, and Black Manta was in there, and I really liked it. Amazing action. There was this one scene. Amazing action scenes. Good job, James Wan. They're like running through this village, and Black Manta's lasering everything. What they were able to do with this action and the trench scene, these amazing action scenes, just amazing. Great job, James Wan. Wonder Woman, cool world building. Really cool world building. Like, I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, I can't find that many positives I'm thinking of, but this was just a good movie, and I think some of it came from the world building and Gal Gadot and Chris Pine's back and forth. It was funny at times. It wasn't like overly funny, but it was funny. It made me laugh. Chris Pine was good in this. One thing which I like, the fight scenes were good, but the one thing that gets me mad is the climax is so disappointing. There's not nearly enough fighting between her and Ares at the end, or what I do this for Ares. He is Ares. It's a very disappointing climax. But the Steve Trevor stuff at the end was good. And in second place is going to be the new guy, the new kid on the block. Justice League. Justice League, the Snyder Cut. In my review, which you guys didn't see, but I'll give a little bit on it, I praised it. I gave it a 9.6 out of 10. Oh my, like, wow, that was an insane review for such a movie. It's not as good. It's not a 9.6 out of 10. It is, I did hype it up, but I'm still mad that both those reviews are out. The first one I'm very proud of. I'm mad it didn't come out. It was overly long. Wow. Ugh. Didn't have to be 4 hours. There's some scenes that's just too long. Like, there's this whole thing like a minute long where they're singing Aquaman and a girl sniffs his shirt, and I'm like, weird and unnecessary. But it's an improvement in almost every way from the original Whedon cut, I'll call it. Okay, I lost my train of thought for a sec. The cameos are awesome though, like, wow. The last 20 minutes is some of the best, like, not fan service, like, stuff out of the comic books that I feel like DC could have better comic book stuff. Maybe because they haven't really expanded enough yet, like Marvel has. Marvel's just touched so many things that DC still has more that they can improve, and not improve, add on. And especially since DC has, like, had more characters and newer characters over the years and new plot lines that you can add on, I feel like DC has more plot lines that you can include in a movie, like the Injustice storyline, which I think was hinted at a bit. And now, yeah, in third place, sorry, just a little bit of recap. In fourth place was Aquaman, third place was Wonder Woman, second place was Justice League, the Snyder Cut, and in first place is The Man of Steel. The music in this is amazing. Like, I was working out while I was watching this, and I'm like, whoa, oh, this is very good, like, pumping up music to get you pumped up. I, there's one scene that I vividly remember. I think there's this guy, his name's Steven in there, Lawrence Fishburne's Harry, and this girl named Ginny. I think the Steven character looks a little bit like Steve Martin, that's how I remember him. Anyways, there's this news reporter, her name was Ginny. A building fell and she got, like, stuck in the debris. And there's, like, and they're, like, getting almost, like, debris getting near to them, and they're stuck in this corner, and all three of them are about to die, and it's super intense, and Lawrence Fishburne just looks at her and tries to get her calmed down, and that's the one, like, part I can remember vividly. It's so many intense sequences in this movie. Great job, Zack Snyder. The ending is the best. It's an awesome ending. It's the best ending out of all of these. Some people may say it's overly long. I mean, I didn't find it boring. Great villain with, General Michael Shannon's General Zod. Michael Shannon is an awesome actor. A great villain in General Zod. Bad setup. I don't think I used the right choice of words when I say a bad setup. It didn't feel like an actual movie, though. The first hour was just like flashbacks, I thought the flashbacks were powerful. They were good. I just didn't feel like it felt like a movie, which is the only thing I would hold back from it. When it's a great origin story, but it's not a good origin movie. When Batman Begins was a great origin movie because it functioned like a movie with also being an origin story. Again, this is just me. It was maybe because I watched it in, I didn't watch it all in a row, so I cut it up into pieces. And when you cut up a movie like this, because there's not, like, a great amount of action until the end, it might feel like it drags a little bit. It probably doesn't drag, so that's just a little thing that I felt about it. So, yeah, all of these movies, not all these movies, I would give a positive review to. Man of, like, at least numbers 1 to 8, which would be Man of Steel, Justice League, Snyder Cut, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Birds of Prey, Batman vs. Superman, Shazam, and Wonder Woman 1984. I would all give a positive review. Not sure about Suicide Squad, and definitely not Justice League. Okay, so please like and subscribe. Comment suggestions on how to improve my channel in the comment section. Can you, like, recommend what I should rank and what I should review in the future? And I'm Jimmy from A Kid's Opinion, and be good people.